Hey everyone, this is Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot, and I'm standing here outside of what was once a truly remarkable place in Canadian broadcast radio. This is the old Radio Canada International broadcast site.
Radio Canada International.
Radio-Canada International.
Here in Sackville, New Brunswick. It is, obvious you can see, it's been closed for a long time. The road going in is overgrown with grass and weeds. They still got the exit off the highway. It's all closed off, barricaded off. I don't know who would have the key to get in here. They got security cameras, looks like on the fence here to watch people coming in. This is the old Radio Canada International broadcast site here, built on a salt marsh here outside of Sackville. It's truly a shame what happened to this place. I remember when I was in Cyprus in 1992 working with the United Nations, I would tune in every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning Cyprus time to listen to Radio Canada International. This is before the internet really took off. You know, we didn't have technology we have today that we could just, watch anything online. So that's how I got my news from back home, was on Radio Canada International. And it all broadcasted from here. And now look at it. The federal government shut it down a long time ago, 25, maybe longer years ago. I hope one day that they turn this site into a historical site here in Canada, and just to share the rich broadcast history and the role that RCI played in Canada's broadcast history. Anyway, it's nothing now except for a locked fence with a padlock on it and a no trespassing sign. Truly was once a great place. Anyway, I put together a short a clip here using some new technology. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you have any history or memories of Radio Canada International and what it meant for you, maybe, like I did with being in Cyprus in 1992. Anyway, enjoy this little clip that I put together, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
In the late 1930s, as the world edged toward global conflict, Canada recognized the need for an international voice. Radio Canada International would become that voice, and its technical heart would beat from an unlikely location, the quiet Tantramar Marshes near Sackville, New Brunswick. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation established Radio Canada International to broadcast Canadian programming to audiences worldwide. The service required powerful shortwave transmitters capable of reaching distant continents, and finding the correct location for these transmitters was crucial to the success of the entire operation. While studios were established in the Radio Canada building in downtown Montreal, the transmitter site needed to be located elsewhere, somewhere that could provide optimal conditions for shortwave radio propagation. The primary technical reason for selecting Sackville was the exceptional ground conductivity of the Tantramar Marshes. This site offered saltwater marshland, which is ideal for radio transmission. Saltwater and marshy soil provide excellent electrical conductivity, which is critical for efficient radio wave propagation. When radio waves travel along the ground, known as ground wave propagation, the electrical properties of the soil significantly affect signal strength and range. The salt content in the marsh soil created near-perfect conditions for launching radio signals into the atmosphere and across oceans. Sackville's location on Canada's east coast provided strategic advantages for international broadcasting. The site can effectively reach audiences across the Atlantic, including Europe and Africa, as well as South America and the Caribbean. For shortwave broadcasting, proximity to the ocean and positioning relative to target audiences are crucial technical considerations. The Atlantic Ocean itself acted as a conductive path, further enhancing signal propagation toward European listeners. The rural location, far from major population centers and industrial areas, provided another critical advantage: a clean radio environment with minimal electromagnetic interference. Urban areas generate enormous amounts of radio frequency noise from electrical equipment, power lines, and countless electronic devices. This interference can degrade both outgoing transmissions and the ability to monitor incoming signals from around the world. The isolated marshlands of Sackville offered a radio-quiet environment that would have been impossible to find near major cities. The site had an additional practical advantage. It had previously been used by CBC station CBA, which later moved to Moncton. This meant some radio infrastructure already existed, reducing the challenges and costs of establishing a new facility from scratch. Designed by the CBC's own architecture department and constructed in 1939, the Sackville station initially operated as a regional transmitter, broadcasting to the Maritimes of Canada and the northeastern United States. But its destiny lay on a far grander stage. The facility was significantly expanded for international service, officially opening as Radio Canada International's Transmission Centre on February 25, 1945. What became known as Canada's loudest voice featured two 50,000-watt RCA transmitters, state-of-the-art equipment for the era. These massive machines filled entire rooms with vacuum tubes, transformers, and complex circuitry designed to convert electrical power into radio waves that could travel around the globe. The installation featured an extensive network of antennas spanning the marsh landscape. Different antenna arrays were optimized for various target regions and frequencies, enabling RCI to direct its broadcasts with maximum efficiency to specific areas of the globe. Some antennas were designed as massive curtain arrays suspended between towers that rose high above the flat marshland. Others were configured as rotating directional antennas that could be aimed at different parts of the world depending on the broadcast schedule. The facility operated under the call sign CKCX and served as the CBC's shortwave transmitter complex. From this location, Radio Canada International broadcast its programming worldwide and also relayed transmissions from several foreign shortwave services, making Sackville a vital hub in the global network of international broadcasting. Over the decades, the Sackville facility underwent numerous technical upgrades. In 1943, two RCA shortwave transmitters were installed. By 1970, CBA had moved out to Moncton to make room for more powerful Collins transmitters. In the mid-1980s, the original RCA transmitters were replaced by three more modern Harris transmitters. Later still, in the 1990s, three massive 250-kilowatt ABB transmitters were installed, representing the cutting edge of broadcast technology. The technical sophistication required to operate such a facility was considerable. Engineers had to understand ionospheric physics, the way radio waves bounce off layers of electrically charged particles high in Earth's atmosphere. They needed to master antenna theory, understanding how different antenna designs could focus radio energy toward specific geographic regions. They studied propagation paths, learning how the time of day, season, and 11-year solar cycle affected which frequencies would reach which parts of the world. And they exploited the unique ground conductivity of the Tantramar Marshes to launch these signals with maximum efficiency. Broadcasting schedules were carefully coordinated with the laws of physics. During daylight hours, specific frequencies were found to work best. At night, when the ionosphere changed its electrical properties, different frequencies were required. Winter propagation differed from summer. Solar storms could disrupt communications or, paradoxically, sometimes enhance them. The engineers at Sackville became masters of predicting and adapting to these constantly changing conditions. The site eventually expanded to include monitoring facilities as well. Powerful receivers scanned the shortwave bands, listening to broadcasts from around the world. This served both practical purposes, monitoring the quality of RCI's own signals as heard in distant locations, and intelligence purposes during the Cold War, when knowing what other nations were broadcasting became a matter of national interest. For decades, the large RCI sign stood proudly beside the Trans-Canada Highway, marking the location of this remarkable facility. Travelers passing through Sackville had little idea that beneath those antennas stretching across the marshes, Canadian voices were being projected to listeners in Moscow and Montevideo, in London and Lagos, in Beijing and Buenos Aires. The Sackville transmitter site stands as a testament to the technical requirements of international broadcasting in the shortwave era. The site wasn't chosen for its convenience or proximity to major cities. There were no compelling economic reasons to build there. The decision was driven entirely by physics. The engineers who selected Sackville had a fundamental understanding of radio propagation and recognized that the Tantramar marshes offered some of the best technical conditions for shortwave broadcasting in North America. While the facility faced significant cuts and eventual closure in the digital age, as satellite communications and internet streaming replaced shortwave as the primary means of international broadcasting, it served as the technical backbone of Canada's voice to the world for more than half a century. The massive transmitters fell silent, the antennas were dismantled, and the buildings that once hummed with the power of hundreds of kilowatts stood empty. However, the story of Sackville reminds us that in the golden age of radio broadcasting, location truly was everything, not because of politics or convenience, but due to ground conductivity, ionospheric propagation, and the electrical properties of saltwater marshes. From this remote corner of New Brunswick, Canada, spoke to the world, and the world listened.